Welcome back, folks. I slept like 13 hours per day this weekend, so not that much time to make videos, but I really want to go into more details on the BTSV, the T-34-85M, as well as the Grosstraktor, because like the KV-5, the KV-220, and the German B-2, these tanks are exclusive and only sold on holidays or special events, so yeah, they will not be sold all year round. And let's see if these tanks are worth it. Now, let's start with the BTSV first. It is the most priciest of all of them, $100. And I put a spreadsheet of all the values so you can compare it later. But let's look at the armor first. So the BTSV has decent frontal armor. It is like the IS-6 at tier 3. So it has 25mm at the front, well sloped. 20 at the sides. And 16 at the rear. So it's alright armor wise. According to a 3 calibers rule, in order to defeat the 25mm of armor, you have to have a 75mm gun. So against small caliber flank cannons, 30mm of penetration, it would not go through the frontal armor of this thing. So alright, unless you have a really high caliber gun, most shots will bounce. But remember, if it hits flat on your sides, it will still penetrate. So you have to angle this thing. But armor wise, yeah, if you're facing a Matilda, you're gonna get your face wrecked. So pretty much. But turret armor is also crap, so you don't have to shoot at the hull armor. And you do have space armor, but the armor behind the tracks is not as thick, so only 6mm behind it. So all in all, this tank has decent armor against low tiers, but if you're facing something like a Matilda or a Hetzer, yeah, you're gonna get into a lot of trouble. And remember, slope armor means nothing to high explosive shots, and low tiers have a lot of high explosives, so it's gonna hurt. So let's look at the penetration. The gun has 51mm of penetration, which is decent, okay-ish for a tier 3. 47 damage per hit, which is alright. Reloads every 2.3 seconds, which is okay. So you have to spam your shots a lot. Accuracy is not great, 0.39. Aim time is decent, 1.6 seconds. There's no gun depression. 4 degrees of gun depression. So you better keep running. So yeah, that's gonna be rough. Gun elevation is decent, 22 degrees. Alright. Power to weight ratio is very good. 38 horsepower per ton ratio. I almost say kilometer, but that's pretty good. That's really good for a light tank. So this thing zips around, but the hull traverse is slow, 33 degrees per second. So it turns at really big angles. So it turns too wide, in my opinion. Top speed is 62 kilometers per hour, which is very good. Reverse is 20. Terrain resistance is not as good. 3.28 for soft terrain. It's going to get bogged down pretty rough. It's almost the same terrain resistance as the T-28 concept if you saw my previous video. So yeah, that's going to be rough. That is rough. Alright. View range is short, 280 meters. That's kind of bad. Signal range is also bad, 312 meters. So yeah, this thing is front lines. Yeah, you have to zip around really quite often, so that's gonna suck. But it does get premium matchmaking, so that's decent. So it doesn't see the likes of a KV-1 or Churchill or stuff like that. So that's nice. But all in all, this thing is not really worth it. It has no armor. Armor is decent against low tiers, but if you're facing something like a Matilda, a Hetzer, or something like a Marder 3, you're getting your face wrecked, pretty much. And you only have crappy view range, and the gun has no gun depression. So yeah, it's a frontline tank, but it's a scout, so you have to zip around pretty much. But alright, it's decent if you want it. It's the IS-6 of tier 3. Now let's look at the Panzerkampfwagen, Grosstraktor, whatever you call it. So here we go. The Grosstraktor, the Crump tractor. Yeah, it's It's bad. 14 millimeters at the front. Side armor is 8 millimeters with 6 millimeters of space armor. Oh god. Ass armor is only 8 millimeters. Hemorrhoid on the ass is only 14 millimeters. Oh Jesus. Turret armor is 8 millimeters all the way around. Yeah, this thing has no armor. Wonderful. Let's look at the gun. It's a short barrel 75mm L24. So basically, it's like the same gun used on the early models of the Panzer II and Panzer IIIs. And historically, this gun was never meant to shoot at tanks or destroy armor. It was meant to fire high explosives and clear out buildings or fortifications. So, fire high explosive, you're gonna play with this gun or buy this tank. But yeah, it has no penetration. 45 millimeters for AP, in comparison to 38 millimeters for HE. Yeah, fire HE. Just fire high explosives. You have 102 rounds capacity, so fire high explosives all the way. Pretty much. Yeah, gun has no penetration whatsoever. It does carry 102 rounds, so that's a plus. Alright, it has no accuracy though. 0.52. Yeah, accuracy is not good. Aim time is 2.1 second, which is not that good too. It has good gun depression, 12 degrees, so that's pretty good. But it has no armor, so you might, and no ability to snipe, so that's gonna suck. Power to weight ratio is 15.24, which is not bad for a medium. Top speed is 44 kilometers per hour, which is okay. Terrain resistance is actually pretty decent for a medium tank, so you can actually could move around in swampy lands, so that's good. View range is 330 meters, which is not that good, but okay, it's decent for a tier 3 tank. And oh my god, it doesn't get premium matchmaking. No thank you. You'll face the likes of KV-1s, the Shermans, the T-34s. Oh my god, it has no premium matchmaking. Oh no, they're eating her and they're gonna eat me. Oh my god. So yeah, you'll face the likes of KV-1s and T-34s and Shermans and Churchills with the crappy penetrating gun. Oh, with no accuracy. Don't buy this thing. Do not buy it. Okay, let's look at the T-34-85M. And this is basically a tier 6 in comparison to a regular T-34-85. It has better frontal armor than the regular one by 75 millimeters instead of 45, I think. Yeah, it's 45. What's interesting though is that the driver viewport, as well as the machine gun port, is actually better armored than the rest of the hull. It's 90 millimeters instead of 75 millimeters. 100 millimeters for the driver viewport or view hatch, whatever you call it. So that's actually well armored. Lower glacis is 45 millimeters, well sloped. Side armor is the same, 45 millimeters. Turret is the same, 90 millimeters at the front and 75 millimeters at the side, with 52 millimeters at the rear. Ass of this tank is 30 millimeters with 45 millimeters at the front or top. So alright, armor wise, it's like a Sherman Jumbo in comparison to a Sherman EZ8. So armor wise, pretty decent. But let's look at the guns. So this gun has lower penetration than the regular T-34-85. It's by 20 millimeters, I think. Let's compare. Compare. What the hell is it? There it is. So in comparison to the normal T-34-85, you have 18 less millimeters of penetration. It deals 20 less damage per shot, but it fires faster. So, alright. DPM is pretty much the same. Pretty much. Accuracy is 0.4, which is 0.05 off from the regular T-34-85. That's a really big gap, in my opinion. So this tank is not accurate. 2.4 second aim time in comparison to 2.2. Oh man, that's rough. Accuracy after shooting is also kind of rough. And same 7 degrees of gun depression. So rough. It has 10 less meters of view range. And radio range is the same, which is okay. It has less power to weight ratio by 2.3. So it's slower and sluggish I guess. It has better chassis traverse, so it turns a little bit faster, but top speed is slower by 1 kilometers per hour, and terrain resistance is pretty much garbage in comparison to a regular one. So yeah, this thing is a Sherman Jumbo in comparison to a Sherman Easy 8, pretty much. But yeah, you're trading gun accuracy, gun handling, gun penetration, gun damage for better armor at the front of the hull. Turret armor is pretty much the same. So it doesn't get premium matchmaking too. There's a train outside. But yeah, it doesn't get premium matchmaking. That's rough. That is rough. That is pretty rough. So let's look at the values of all these bundles. As we can see, you can read a spreadsheet, hopefully. You can pause the video if you want. But totally, the total gold cost for the BTSV is 26,100. 7,500 for the T-34-85M, as well as the Grosstraktor. So yeah, you're getting the most value out of your buck if you're buying the BTSV. But if you're buying the T-34-85M or the Grosstraktor, it's pretty much the same as buying gold itself. So quite alright. Same goes for the KV-5, the KV-220, the Panzerkampfwagen B2, and the red tank bundle. So you can see here. But if the value right here, as you can see, if it goes below 1, it's not really worth your money. So that's pretty much how you read the spreadsheet. But don't get the Grosstraktor. It's out of the question. If you're facing the likes of KV-1s with this thing, don't buy the Grosstraktor. If you're going to buy the T-34-85M, it's not a bad buy, but the gun's not accurate. Gun's not going to penetrate as hard or deal as much damage. So yeah, you're trading armor, or you're trading gun handling for armor, pretty much. But the best value, so it seems, is the BTSV. That's pretty much the best value. Now if you plan on buying $100 worth of gold to spend on tier 8s, might as well get the BTSV as well. But if you want the BTSV itself without spending gold, and kind of not really worth it in my opinion, but that's pretty much it. So all in all, don't buy the Grosstraktor. No, just don't do it. I'm your conscience telling you don't do it. Don't do it to yourself. The Grosstraktor, no. So all right, thank you guys for watching this video, and it's mostly bean counting and doing math and stuff. I'll do more interesting videos tomorrow, but thank you guys for watching this video. If you want, can't talk. I'm thinking about how gross the Grosstraktor is, and it's pretty gross. But thank you guys for watching this video, and rate this video if you can. Subscribe to my channel for more water tank stuff, and I'll see you guys tank time. Idiot. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.